Hey there, Prairie Plant Girl here. I just wanted to give you an update on the Summersweet Ruby Spice shrub that I planted last year. And from your view right now, and for what I was thinking most of the spring, I thought it was completely dead. Let's see the tag here, see if it tells me. I think it's borderline hardy here. It doesn't tell me. I'll look it up with the hardiness zone on the screen. I think it's like zones like 4 to 9 or something like that. And we've just been upgraded to zone 4. And we had a lot of freeze thaw through the winter this year, and we got down quite cold. I would say below zone 4 cold a few times this winter, so I wasn't sure if it would survive or not. And it likes a really kind of a damp area, and I haven't always been diligent about getting it watered. But there's definitely growth coming in from the bottom here, so I'm just going to prune it up right down real hard to the bottom. So I'll bring you in closer so you can see, and we'll let it come back. And I've been working on running some drip line out through this garden bed, so I'm going to run a dedicated line over to this shrub, and that way whenever the water is running, this shrub will get watered specifically for it, and that should help it to be happier. So here it is, and you can see how most of it is pretty dead. If you scratch these, there's no life underneath. They just snap like dry twigs. It's died off pretty much all through the top. So I'm going to take the tag off and make it lower, because you can see down here there's fresh new growth coming up. So I'm just going to kind of trim it back to where there's some growth and life in it, and let it come back. This one here. You know, this one kind of wants to cross over that one, but it has more life than this one, so I'm going to actually take this one out. And it looks pretty sad and pathetic right now, but that should give it a chance to kind of come back. And if it's getting good watering, all of these stems here are pliable, so they feel like they have some life in them. Just stick my tag back on. So I was going to call this the wrong thing, so that way I know for sure what it is when I'm out here. Then I'm going to get my drip supplies and run a line to it. So it's pretty easy to tap into a drip line. You just need a few basic things. So I have my drip line down below here. I'll show you that closer up when I get to it. But you're going to need, to do what I'm doing, you're going to need a piece of the 1/4 inch line, so you can run it over from your, I have a 1/2 inch drip line, and then I'm going to run this 1/4 inch line over to the shrub. And I will attach the 1/4 inch line. It's just a basic coupler. I don't know if you could see that. Just like that. So it just has a barbed end on 2 sides. And you can just poke a hole in your 1/2 inch line with one of these. And then if you flip this around, the barbed end, the barbed coupler will actually fit in the hole on the end of this. And that'll help you to push it in to save your fingers. And then I'm just going to be putting a shrub bubbler on the end. So there's a little barbed end there that the 1/4 inch line will hook into, right on there. And then I can adjust the flow out the top. You could also use some of these little drippers like this. These are 2 gallon per hour, so you could pick 1 or 2 of those. So if you just wanted one, just put it in the end of your hose by the shrub and tack it down. Or if you thought you needed more, or if you had a smaller, these come in different sizes. You can have like 1 gallon per hour. I think you can get 1/2 gallon. Then you could tee it off and just use one of these, so you could put a little bit of a line around kind of on 2 sides of the shrub to give better coverage if you wanted to do that. I'm just going to go with the shrub bubbler, so I'm just going to hook that end on right now. Sometimes it's easier to do that when it's not already connected to another end. So there, that's just hooked on to one end, so now I just need the other end. I'll figure out my length. I just use my snips. You could use hose cutter, whatever you want. Good sharp snips work well. Just do a little cut in the end. And now I just need to connect this into the 1/2 inch line and then connect the 1/4 inch to that. So this is a 1/4 inch drip line, so it does have little spots on it every once in a while. Well, you see that there, there's a little spot where some drip emitting can happen, so you want to make sure you're not poking it at that place. We'll go about here, and I just want to go towards the bottom. Poke a little hole. So I just poked a little hole there. It's very easy to do with this tool, and like I said, just turn the tool around. I just stuck my coupler in there, and then you can just push it in, and you hear it kind of plink in there. That means it's attached. And then I can just stick this on the end. If it doesn't want to push on, just give it a little, I find it some grippy new garden gloves, or you can heat the line up a little bit. Just push it on. And these lines are nice because they have the stake right on them. You just put it down and it'll be ready to water. That's the update on my Summersweet and what I'm doing to try and hopefully give it a better life this year so that it can flourish and do well for me in following seasons. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.